This is huge news, deep divers, okay? Scientists have now discovered that there are these massive structures below the pyramids of Giza. And we're going to dive into this, deep divers. This information right here, is going to blow your mind, okay? We got a whole lot to talk about. Smash that like button if you support the real. Share this video with someone. We're going to talk about everything and things they're not telling you, okay? Hit that like button if you support the real, deep divers. And let me say a big shout out to everybody out there who's joined the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart Deep Divers. Click the link down below and be inspired. And go and get the brand new book, Deep Divers. Feel Alive 2. Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart. Their secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. Now available on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Click the link down below, deep divers. Let's go. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. I woke up like this, deep divers, all magical and fly, just, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. That was so healthy. Raising the frequency. I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration. I feel so much better now. Sending you tons of good ass energy, deep divers. Take that, take that, take that. Hadouken, take all of that good ass energy I'm sending you. The cat down the road said you feel so much better now. Look, deep divers, we're going to talk about this breaking news story. Have you heard about it? The breaking ancient Egypt news that's going around social media, that scientists have discovered huge structures 2 kilometers down from the Great Pyramids of Giza. This is fascinating. This just might blow your mind away, deep divers. We're going to talk about it all, okay? And I'm going to play you some videos. Look, first and foremost, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. Your blessings are about to triple. If you're ready for that, just say thank you. Now, I've been to Egypt, deep divers, twice. I've actually done a little samba baby in the pyramids. And even my mom went to the pyramids, deep divers. I love Egypt. It is a magical place. If you haven't been to Egypt, if you have not been to Egypt, you're missing out. Go to Egypt straight away. You're going to love it. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So let me play you this video right now, deep divers, and I'm going to break it all down, okay? Check this out.
I am struggling to express in words just how significant of a discovery this is. What has just been announced in relation to the pyramids at the Giza Plateau and the plateau itself is so incredible, so awe-inspiring and narrative shattering that I have been sitting here for the last hour trying to wrap my head around the implications of what we were just told. So this is pretty much breaking news because the new findings were announced on the 16th of March at a press conference held by the team who were studying the Great Pyramid of Giza with a non-invasive technology that was first developed by Filippo Bionde and Corrado Malanga called synthetic aperture radar Doppler tomography. So this was used to explore the internal structure of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And this method leverages the analysis of micro movements typically generated by background seismic activity to achieve a high resolution full 3D tomographic imagery of the pyramid's interior and subsurface components. The recent findings from deploying this technology are nothing short of mind-blowing, because what's been discovered is that there are huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock, in fact over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Massive internal structures connected to the base of the pyramid and extending deep down. This is what we know so far. Utilizing high-resolution radar images from Capella Space and Umbra, which are 2 private companies that specialize in satellite-based synthetic aperture radar imaging. This has allowed researchers to create a 3D model of the internal structure of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now, this model has revealed a previously unknown chamber with 5 horizontal levels and a sloping roof, which in of itself is an architectural design unlike any previously documented in the Giza Pyramid. But the most shocking discovery lies beneath the surface. Below ground level, radar tomography has identified vertical cylindrical structures extending for hundreds of meters beneath the pyramid. There are 8 of these cylindrical wells arranged in 2 parallel rows, descending to an astonishing depth of 648 meters. Even more intriguing, at the base of these structures are 2 massive cubic formations measuring approximately 80 meters in diameter. The tomographic data suggests that these are vertical wells with intricate spiral pathways. Now, this design not only implies a functional purpose, but also a level of sophisticated engineering that completely blows the dynastic Egyptian model out of the water. I mean, the pyramid itself was already a massive red flag in the ancient Egyptian historical narrative. But now, with this discovery, I think it's become impossible to say that the Egyptian civilizations that we understand, that we've been taught about, were responsible for building these structures. And it doesn't even end there. The radar analysis extends beneath the entire Giza plateau, revealing interconnected structures beneath not only the Great Pyramid of Giza, but also those of Khufu and Menkaure. The subsurface network reaches down to a staggering depth of approximately 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers. This is not possible, given the standard historical and archaeological narrative given to us about ancient Egypt. Now, I'm hearing that there is more to come. There is a 4-hour presentation that's going to be released by the research team. This is what I'm hearing. That's going to go into every detail of their findings. This has essentially been a strategic release of incredible data ahead of time to get people interested. And I am more interested in this than basically anything else right now, because this is by far the most provocative piece of evidence for not only a potential technological explanation for the purpose of the Giza complex, but it also provides the most extraordinary evidence for a pre-flood era civilization that was flourishing in a way that we can scarcely comprehend. It's also possible that this spiraling cylindrical series of structures are staircases, and I can't help but think of the channeled writings of Thoth the Atlantean. You know, the emerald tablets, speaking of a lost hall of records, a sacred hall of knowledge below the Giza plateau, the halls of Amenti. Could this be the lost hall of records from the pre-flood era? Now, obviously, this discovery is extremely controversial. It runs as a complete contradiction of the established narratives and status quo in mainstream academia on these issues. This will cause big waves throughout the academic and the wider world if they can fully evidence these findings. But the results so far seem pretty clear. There is obviously significant structural engineering taking place deep below the pyramids and the Giza plateau in general. Has this changed your mind on the pyramids? Has this strengthened your position on what they might have been? Has this new discovery given you any new ideas about what the implications are? Let me know in the comment section below, and honestly, everyone, share this far and wide. This is such interesting stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll just have to see where this goes, because rest assured, I'll be keeping a very close eye on any coming announcements and updates on this issue. This plays directly into one of my main interests, which is, of course, prehistorical civilizational implications. What was going on before the global cataclysm? Well, I think moments like this could shed light on that question. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive, deep divers. What are we doing? What are we doing? Whoa! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I told you, deep divers, we are living in the greatest times of human history. The greatest times in human history, because the hidden is coming to light. We're in the age of truth. Cat Williams told you on Club Shay Shay, right? We're in the age of truth. Infinite Waters told you, diving deep, that everything right now is going to be exposed. The hidden is going to come to light. You see, everything they told you about these pyramids is a big fat lie. I've been to the pyramids, and I've actually spoken to elders who are really knowledge keepers around that area, okay? And they always tell me that the official narrative of who built the pyramids is a big fat lie, okay? Because according to archaeology, right, they tell us that the pyramids were built around 4,700 years ago. And they talk about how the Great Pyramid, Khufu's pyramid, was built in 20 years. So when you do the math of that, deep divers, that would mean that, because there are 2.3 million blocks of stone, okay? Each block of stone on one of these pyramids, each block of stone, this is the big secret, deep divers. Look at the comparison between people and how massive this structure is, deep divers. Okay, first they said slaves built this pyramid. That's a lie. Then they said, okay, they weren't slaves. But still, it doesn't make sense, because if you say this pyramid took 20 years to build, that would mean that they would have to lay down a block of stone which weighs between 2.5 tons and 15 tons. I'll give you some more clarity. An average car weighs 2 tons. An elephant weighs around 2 to 8 tons. And there are 2.3 million blocks of stone. So if they're saying this took 20 years to build, that would mean they would have to lay down a block of stone every 3 minutes. Deep divers, something is not adding up. Something is not adding up. Even the cat down the road knows that. So it's time to really question everything. Question the narrative you've been sold. Question the narrative you've been told. Because you see, right now, I'm so happy these scientists are doing this research, but it's not over. Because once again, there are people in Egypt who are holding back big secrets. They don't want you to know the truth. Here you have Zahi Hawass. He is the former Minister of Tourism and Antiquity of Egypt. He's also an archaeologist. And he always says, look, nothing to see here. Keep it moving. We built the pyramids and they're only a couple of thousand years old. Okay, he's so sure of this. And it's people like him who have been really making it extremely difficult for scientists to conduct research, because people want to know the truth. They want to know, why were these pyramids built? What were they used for? Because you've got other people. Shout out to Graham Hancock. Shout out to Christopher Dunn. Shout out to so many people. John Anthony West, phenomenal mind, who was talking about how there is weathering on the Sphinx. So basically, these pyramids are a lot older than we've been told. He was talking about how we're talking about 10,000 years and further back than that. Okay, because that was the last time it rained. More so, when you dive deeper about these pyramids, deep divers, you remind yourself that actually ancient Egypt, at the time of these pyramids, when they were built, it wasn't even a desert. It was actually a lush tropical rainforest. That would make sense because of the River Nile. Deep divers. Oh, we're diving deep. Look, I wrote down this. Look, there are things we know, things we don't know, and things we don't know, we don't know. Question everything, deep divers. Slow motion this side. You see, in becoming your greatest version, you have to question everything. Who knows? There could have been aliens. Deep divers who had advanced technology. Is it really that hard to believe? It's time to wake up. Governments all around the world, they know this information. We're not alone. Wake up, deep divers. Oh my gosh. It's all over social media, by the way. And this girl also broke it down on TikTok. Take a listen.
Y'all, this is not a drill. Everybody sit down because scientists have discovered something massive beneath the pyramid of Khafre. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of blowing my mind, and I really hope this gets peer reviewed soon, and you're gonna see why in a minute. So the authors of the study, Corrado Malanga and Filippo Biondi, developed this cutting-edge technology called synthetic aperture radar, or SAR for short. It basically uses sound waves and vibrations to create a super high-res image of things we cannot see with our naked eye, like what lies beneath the Egyptian pyramids. They already concluded their findings on the Giza pyramid back in 2022, which is this study right here. But then on March 15th, so just last week, they did a press release on the Khafre pyramid. And the findings from that are rocking the archaeology world. Okay, so what you're looking at is a bunch of SAR images taken from different angles. This would be the base of the pyramid, and beneath it are these 5 identical horizontal lines. Each one of these horizontal structures are connected via geometric pathway, and inside each one of these structures are 5 different levels with sloping roofs. And the structure keeps going. I mean, take a look at this. This next part is not such a butso. Below the 5 columns are these 8 cylindrical structures that seem to be vertical wells because they're hollow on the inside. And each one is surrounded by this descending spiral pathway of some sort. I don't know if it's a staircase or a coil. We need to have more information on that, for sure. And then these 8 cylinders are atop these 2 massive cubes that are 80 meters by 80 meters. This entire structure sits 648 meters deep. For my American friends, that's more than 2,000 feet deep. For context, that's bigger than the pyramids themselves. So what the heck are these structures that are so massive, bigger than the pyramids themselves, but they keep them underneath where no one can see them? But that's not all. The entire structure extends 2 kilometers below the surface and continues beneath all 3 pyramids in the Giza Plateau. Corrado and Filippo believe the structure has to be some sort of mechanical or functional system. It's not ritualistic or anything to do with the tombs itself, which is in line with the other long-held theories that the pyramids serve as some sort of power-generating machine that harnesses the Earth's natural frequencies. They think the cylindrical wells could be where this energy is stored, which is why the SAR was detecting vibrations inside these structures. The researchers plan to do a 4-hour-long presentation that goes into further detail, but until then, let's wait for this study to get peer-reviewed, because if validated and if legitimate, this is literally groundbreaking.
Oh, it's groundbreaking, deep divers. Even the cat down the road knows this is groundbreaking. This is big news, deep divers. Breaking. Ancient Egypt news. The truth is coming out, and it's about time. It is about time, deep divers, because you see, going to the pyramids myself, I've always said, okay, there is something which is so beautiful about these pyramids. There's a reason why millions of people go back every single year, because it's as if the pyramids hold a deep secret, right? And when you remind yourself, the pyramids are actually aligned to the 3 stars on Orion's belt. So take a look at this. So here, they're aligned to Mercury, Venus, and Saturn. Isn't that amazing, deep divers? Do you think that's an accident? And the entire mathematical design of these pyramids, it's mind-boggling, okay? Graham Hancock breaks it down. And it has a lot to do with the 432 hertz frequency. We'll talk about that another time. But this is groundbreaking news, deep divers. I'm actually excited. Also, shout out to Dr. Ben, Dr. Phil Valentine, because they've been talking about this for years, okay? So, what do you think, deep divers? What do you think is down below these pyramids, deep divers, okay? I'm excited for more information to come out, because I know we're in the age of truth, and there are a lot of people who have been hiding information, and I truly feel this is going to get us closer to the biggest secret that's been hidden from humanity. Deep divers, if you're ready for that, smash that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. And And join the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart. And go and get the brand new book Deep Divers Feel Alive 2 Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart. There's secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. 500 pages now available on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Click the link down below. And go and get the brand new Good Ass Prana Shirts Deep Divers. All new designs for men, women, children, even cats down the road at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And I'm wearing it, Deep Divers. Breathing in that Good Ass Prana. Okay? So, Deep Divers. I'm so excited. That's why I'm just saying. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Question everything. Question everything. This is what this story is telling me. Question everything about ancient Egypt. Everything they told you is a big lie. You better wake up, because this new discovery is going to shake archaeology like it's never been shaken up before. Deep divers, let's keep diving deep and let the truth come out. If you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version, make sure you book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep divers, they tried to hide this stuff. But guess what? It's all coming out now. Oh, it's all coming out. The cat down the road is excited, deep divers. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Once again, smash that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video with someone, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think about this, deep divers, okay? Because I've noticed that a lot of like big news channels like the BBC, they're not kind of reporting on this, or CNN, but I feel that once they have that conference, that 4-hour conference, and they do the peer reviews, once it goes into the mainstream media, it's a wrap, and it's going to happen soon. So pay attention. Deep divers. One love. Peace.